classic there, Brendan Walmsley, one of my Aussie favourites, I do have to say. And we have given this one a bit of a run lately, Adam, because I tell you what, it's so funny and it's a bit of tongue-in-cheek, and we do like that here on Tracy and the Big D. What do you reckon?
Well, I love the line, Adam, you're a legend, because the next person we're catching up with is Adam, you're a legend, and of course we speak of the one and only Adam Harvey, and he's on the line now. G'day, Adam, how are you, man?
Hey, g'day, guys, how are you?
Mate,
Good.
So good. It's, well, today, the 13th of June, Slim Dusty, would have been Slim Dusty's birthday today.
Yeah, that's right, I know. It's and it's hard to believe that old Slim's been gone for 10 years.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Goes too quick, doesn't it?
It is, and tomorrow's a big day for not only you and Troy Casadale, but all the Slim Dusty fans. Tomorrow, the long-awaited, I reckon, I don't know that I've seen an album with this much hype waiting to be released. Of course, it is the Great Country Songbook. Congratulations on the album that comes out tomorrow, Adam.
Oh, good on you, mate. I can honestly say it's the best thing I think I've ever done, and I'm really, really proud of it. It's I couldn't have done it with anyone else but Troy Casadale, because he loves that traditional country music as much as I do, and that's a hell of a lot. So we're paying tribute to all of our heroes, the greats of country music.
And do you know what? I've had a look through the track listing of this one here, and I know you guys, when you get together, you say, well, these are songs that we grew up and influenced us. Well, I tell you what, every single song on this track listing, everybody should know it, and if they don't know it, they're going to have a note.
That's right, they'll need a note if they don't know it, but it's something that sort of happened, I guess, by accident, because Troy and I have a habit whenever we're playing together at a festival or something, we always find a quiet corner out the back and get our guitars out and sing all of our old favourites, Johnny Cash and Old Slim and Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard and all that stuff. So I think in the end it was Troy that said, we should actually put a show together and go and do these songs out live in front of an audience. And, the crowds really loved it. They were singing along to every word of every song, like a trip down memory lane, I guess, for a lot of people.
The one thing that struck me is I know that the album nearly 4 years ago, both sides now had you and Troy doing Seven Spanish Angels, and of course it makes a reappearance here. So is that something that's been re-recorded, or is that the mix from 4 years ago?
Yeah, we pretty much just remixed it, mate. Basically, we, a lot of people at the shows. One of the main comments we got when Troy and I did these shows was, "Why don't you guys have an album with all of these songs on it?" And every night, Seven Spanish Angels was always a huge favourite at those shows. A lot of people requested, and I figured if we're going to put together the greatest country songs of all time, that duet by Ray Charles and Willie Nelson has got to be on there,
We're speaking with Adam Harvey tonight, and tomorrow's the release of the long-awaited The Great Country Songbook. One of the songs that I noticed wasn't on there, and I thought, is there a reason? Because we caught up with Stewie French last year, and he reckons it's his most hated song, The Gambler.
Yes. Well, it's funny that, because, The Gambler is probably one of Kenny's biggest hits, but gee, it's been overdone a lot.
That's what everyone said.
3 times a night in every single club in Australia, and so we thought, well, instead of just going for that obvious choice, there were some other great songs of Kenny Rogers that are still favourites with everyone, and there's Lucille, and there's so many. She Believes in Me. I could rattle off 100, but we thought The Old Coward of the County was always a pretty popular song, and it's one that hasn't sort of been done to death, so that's why we went with that one.
Great move.
So having a look at the album and going back to your influences, we'll leave Troy to the side for a minute for his influence, but if you were to say the one song off this album that you can sort of listen to and go straight back to when you were younger and that really did have that big influence, which one would it be?
Well, it would have to be Old Dogs and Children and Watermelon Wine by
Tom T. Hall, yeah.
It's still to this day, when I heard that song as a kid, one of the first songs I ever learnt to play, and something just switched in my head, and I just knew from then and there, that's what I want to do for a living. I want to be a country music singer and songwriter, and I've been lucky enough to meet Tom T. Hill several times, and I've been over to his house and sat in his lounge room, and sung some songs,
Nice.
It's something I'll never ever forget, to sit there with one of your heroes, and the reason that you're doing what you do, and to sing some of those old songs with the man that wrote them. It was just one of those things that make the hair on the back of my neck stand up just thinking about it.
every Thursday night here, Tracy gives me a quiz on, on this day and all that sort of thing. And a couple of weeks ago, she tried to get me on who wrote Harper Valley PTA.
I did too.
And I was able to pull it out. Yeah, Tom T. Hall. So does he sort of pull that one out of the barrel too when you're sitting around and say, I wrote this?
Oh, well, I already knew.
Yep.
I know most of the songs that he's written, but he's written a hell of a lot of songs, Harper Valley PTA. He's written some big hits for Alan Jackson. Even nowadays he's retired, but a wonderful man. And, Troy there was a couple of songs that Troy really wanted to put on there and just sing himself. And I was the same. I had that song by George Jones. I had I had that song by Tom T. Hall. I had He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones. Troy had Hank Williams, Hey Good Looking, and Troy also had to sing Mama Tried by Merle Haggis. Mixed those songs up with a whole bunch of duets, and I guess the hardest part was trying to, peg it back down to 20 songs, because there could have been 120 on the album.
Yeah, but I tell you, we've done great with the actual picks there. So we're releasing this one tomorrow morning, so everybody can get out there. You can get it in-store, online, iTunes, you can get it everywhere. But the best part about it is you're teaming up with Troy, and you're actually going to take the album, the Great Country Songbook, on tour, and that kicks off beginning of the 1st of August, is it?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the start of August. As you probably know, Troy's had some dramas with his throat, so he had throat surgery over in America, the same fellow that operated on Keith Urban, and apparently that's all gone really well. But Troy can't talk for 6 weeks, so his wife's over the moon about that.
Yeah, Laura. Yeah, but Troy did say, I tell you, it's hard to keep him quiet. It's very hard.
It's driving him mad. But so that's why we don't start till August, and then I think we're on the road, off and on till about March next year, so we'll be all over the countryside.
I was going to say, where are we sort of taking it?
Everywhere. We'll be like the Leyland brothers, darling. We'll be here, there and everywhere. We won't miss too many places.
Well, that would be the great way to open the song, wouldn't it?
Travel all over the countryside.
Ask the Leyland brothers. Beautiful.
So, of course, now the next question is people are saying, when are you going to put out volume 2? And I said, well, this one hasn't come out yet till tomorrow, so just let us, get that one out. And, I'm really looking forward to doing the shows with Troy. We've got a great country band that love all those songs like we do. And as I said earlier, it's a trip down memory lane every night for Troy and I and everyone out there in the crowd. Well,
what a great buzz for all of them. Now, on a side note, the Queen's birthday long weekend just gone, and of course the awards getting out there. You must have been thrilled seeing Gabby Hollows receive the Order of Australia.
Yes, it was wonderful. I've known Gabby pretty well for some time, and I love Gabby. She's a real trooper, does a hell of a lot of work, and doesn't want recognition for it, but it sure is well deserved, when she got that award.
Yeah, and of course, you're a long-time supporter there of the Fred Hollows Foundation, and doing great work for blindness. So great work for that.
It is a great cause, and and what I love about it is that Fred Hollows are focusing a lot of their efforts now on helping people in outback towns and that around Australia, and I love a project that helps out the folks in our own backyard. So more than happy to be involved. I have been for quite a few years, and we've raised a quid, so it's a good cause, mate.
Brilliant, good on you, Adam.
Now, before we let you go, thank you very much again for taking time out tonight. I know you're very, very busy. You've got all your...
Oh, no worries. Thank you so much for the plug. I really appreciate you giving the album a plug.
Anytime, but because we do have, obviously it's Slim's birthday, it would have been Slim's birthday today, and we're releasing The Lights on the Hill. I've got to tell you, what a fantastic, and I want to know whose idea was it. I've seen the film clip, the fantastic start to that film clip.
Oh, well, that was my big thing. Well, I said to Troy, we've got to have a Mack truck in it, because the original had a Mack truck in it. So we spoke to the people at Mack, and they said, yeah, no worries, we'll give you a truck to use. And then the people from the video clip said, look, there's a great spot just down the road from Sydney, only an hour or so south of Sydney, and why don't we go down there and have a look, see what you think. So we went down there, and it was just perfect, and we had a great old crowd gathered around, and it turned into a terrific night.
Just love the way you just said, that's not a bad old song, is it? Yeah, we should give that one a crack. Not a bad old song at all.
Give it a go, eh? 41 years ago this year, Joy McKeon won the first ever Country Music Award in Tamworth for Lights on the Hill that she wrote for Slim.
Isn't that brilliant? Well, we're going to give it a play right now. Don't forget tomorrow, the long-awaited release, the Great Country Songbook.
People might have to camp out. There'll be a huge lineup.
Oh,
It'll
absolutely.
be like when they bring out those
In a
new,
hurry to get it.
maybe when they bring out those new PS3s or something. Get out there, start camping now.
We might call it that now, the Great Country Songbook Volume 1, because I reckon there's...
You've got it started now.
Hey, there it is. And here we go. Here's Lights on the Hill for with Troy Cassadaly and Adam Harvey. Adam Harvey, it's been an absolute pleasure to catch up with you as usual.
Good on you. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks, mate.